is seeing the new US trade demands hollowing out the deals struck by President Trump. Now, this had been, hallowed as a fantastic deal, a 15% across the board tariff, but now the EU is talking about these digital technology rules, corporate compliance and climate regulations hollowing this deal out. This is concerning.
Yes, this has always been the fear. As we know, Donald Trump and Ursula von der Leyen, the head of the European Commission, sealed a trade deal back in July in Scotland with a 15% ceiling on tariffs for most goods. Now, even though there was some pushback to that deal, EU countries swallowed it and thought it was the best they could get, essentially, at that time. Now we are reporting just in the last few moments that there is now concern in Brussels about the sanctity of that deal. We expect that EU ambassadors in Brussels will be briefed by the European Commission later today on some feedback and some discussions they've been having with the US side. And as you mentioned there, the fear is that the US wants to change the goalposts, as it were, on some issues in this trade deal, mainly on digital regulation. This has long been a bugbear of a success of US governments, but particularly of Donald Trump, that EU regulation on big tech is too onerous. So that's one issue that seems to have emerged now as a concern, but also EU rules around environmental laws, for example, climate. So we do expect, as I say, EU countries to be briefed on this later today in Brussels, but definitely a fear about the next stage in these EU-US trade negotiations.